Okay, so you have a ready meal. How do you get it to your customer? My name is Sonia of CiMa-Pak, and I'm going to show you how you can do that with the CiMotion tray sealer. Your meal is ready. What you need to do is have a great presentation. The CiMotion can do that for you. You need it to last a long time so you have less food waste. The CiMotion can do that for you also. It takes up very little space and it has a very high production level. And that's thanks to this rotary method. The very basics, 110 volt, needs 10 amps, so it's very easy to plug into your kitchen. Doesn't take much space, 30 inches by 20 inches. That's all you need on the counter. You turn it on. We have an emergency switch if you need it. We have scrap rewinder, so we have film roll here, goes underneath, feeds up the other side. This is set in the factory, but you can adjust it yourself also. You have a 2-finger start cycle. That's also for safety, so your hands are safe from any problems. This here in the panel is important. It shows you the temperature that has been set for the sealing. It shows you what the actual temperature is, and you want them to be around the same. We can choose different tray styles. So if I go to here, I can choose different tray styles, but you need to choose the style that matches the trays that you're sealing. In this case, we are doing the 2208 series of trays. And in the setup of that, I can change the temperature if I need to. I can change the time of the seal if I need to, and I can change the winding of the film if I need to. But essentially, we have set this for you at the factory. CiMa-Pak manufactures this CiMotion machine. And so we put the system together for you that will work for you. So you'll have very little thinking and preparation to do, pretty much plug and play. The other very unique thing about this sealer is that it can be seal only, but it's also gas flush. And when we do some production, we'll show you that. Gas flush helps you save the food rather than having food waste. It lasts longer. If you seal only, you might get 3 days. If you do gas flush, you might get 2 to 3 weeks. That's a huge savings in money and time. Production levels, we're talking when you're using a rotary sealer that you can get up to seal only 10 trays a minute. And if you're doing gas flush, maybe 6 trays a minute. You need to allow the time for the gas to get into the tray to do the preserving of the food that is needed. So we have various meals here using the 2208 tray. The sequence will be to turn this, and you're going to notice that it can actually turn either way, left or right. I'm just going to seal this one for now, just so that you see and hear how it's done. In behind the plexi, you can see that the top mold lowered. You can see the scrap rewound. There's a plexiglass here. That's for safety. If you take it off, the machine will not run, so you can't get your fingers in here at all. You also take that plexi off with using these thumb screws here when you need to change the mold. If I were to seal again at this point, this raises up. Then you have a meal that's sealed. Presentation is excellent. The film is cut to the shape of the tray. It has a pull tab for easy peeling of the film. So let's do a little bit of production. Thank you. And just black ones. There we go. Okay, I'm ready now. We're going to start. So the sealing is about 2 seconds for seal only. The next one's around. I'm going to press here. This has lifted up, so it's easier for me to take out and place the next one. So we're getting pretty good production here. Like I said, you're going to get about 10 trays a minute, seal only. Now, you know what? I think we're going to change to some gas. The CiMotion is already hooked up to the gas tank. Therefore, all I have to do is turn the gas on. It's already set for its timing, and now you should hear a difference. Now you hear the gas going in. You need to allow time for the gas to go in. The gas is a mixture of carbon dioxide and nitrogen. The nitrogen merely takes up space. The carbon dioxide takes care of any of the bacteria and prevents the food from going bad quickly. So you can see the mold goes up and down nice and smoothly. The mold is very easy to change. you would remove this plastic, the plexi here, as I mentioned before, and there are 2 screws inside that you can pull out. You would pull out the drawer and push it back in. One thing to remember, in fact, you don't have to remember because the machine will ask you. It'll ask you, did you put the right mold together? Is the top matching the bottom? So it makes you double check. There's another aspect on this machine, and that is if things go wrong, and sometimes that can happen with machines, we have some troubleshooting that you can do. There's an input-output area. So basically it's going to give you all aspects of the input-output, and it'll tell you whether it's on or off. And depending on what it should be, will tell you whether or not that's a trouble area. So there's a list here, and you would go through the list, and that would help either yourself figure it out, or you call us and we can tell you from our remote area where the problems might be. So this meal, sealed, die cut all the way around, the CiMotion, seal only or with gas flush, die cut, high production levels. Give us a call. You can speak to a CiMa Pro to get all the details. We'll put it together for you. 1-877-631-2462.